Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land, Jake of the OneManBand is back again, and this is just a video to let you guys know I am finally back from RTX, and it is time for me to get back into the process of doing videos. So, basically, this video, I'm going to talk about my trip to RTX, and how it was awesome, all that kind of cool stuff, and then we'll get on to some other things. So, basically, my RTX trip. So, I won't go out of my way to bore you with, like, I did this on day one, I did this on day two. I won't really try to do that. But, I went to the Ruby panel. It was amazing. I have a story to tell you guys about, getting into the Ruby panel. So, when I arrived the first day, I was in my Oobleck cosplay, and I was just waiting around to just get into the exhibit hall, and well, I was just literally just waiting around because I was waiting to meet someone who is the head writer of a fan game, a Ruby fan game, which you guys are going to be seeing in probably a few days. The video will be coming out because I played it, and I was just waiting around for her, and we eventually met up. And it turns out that she's, like, friends with, someone who actually works on Ruby, the show. So, we, like, got early access into the exhibit hall because they were like, oh, we're hungry, let's go get food. And I was like, okay. So I was just kind of following them. And so we got into the exhibit hall, we kind of got to see everything, like, before anybody else got in. The food area wasn't open yet, so boo-hoo, we didn't get food. And we actually saw Miles, Luna, in there, and, you know, we were like, hey, Miles, and he was like, hey, what's up? And, like, that was really cool, so, and then we kind of just hung around for a while, and then we were able to get into the Ruby panel, like, right before it started, and we got sat down in, like, the VIP area, and we were like, oh, man, this is crazy, like, how did this happen? So, we were sitting down right there, like, literally, like, third row from the podium, from where the creators were sitting, and the panel was just really, really cool, and I'm going to talk about the actual panel and everything that it's going to be said in another video where I just discuss all of that. So, and then literally for like Friday and Saturday, I just hung out with this girl, Kristen, and we just had so much fun. She was so fun to be around, and I apologize because I was probably just a bore the entire time. But it was just super fun to go around to panels with somebody, because the last two RTXs I've been going alone, and I really had nobody to just hang out with. But this year I had people to hang out with, so it was I found it so much more enjoyable. And like then the next day we went to like the indie game dev panel where they talked about the new Ruby game, and I'm going to be talking about that in another video. And we went to like the Rooster Teeth animation panel where they basically talked about like a whole bunch of stuff. They like teased the Strangerhood season 2, and that was amazing. And it was just great to just go around with people. And then I actually met some of you guys. I met 3 people who actually knew me from YouTube. And that was literally all of Sunday, is just me hanging out with these people. And it was just so much fun to meet you guys and just to walk around and have fun and just talk, because, you know, I want to know what you guys are up to, what you're into, and it was just loads of fun to be at RTX with these people. And I just feel so blessed that you guys were you know, willing to come to RTX and just like take time to just meet me or what have you. Or I ran into some people completely by accident, and they were like, oh hey, you're that one guy from YouTube, and I'm like, yeah, that's me. And they're like, you're awesome, and I'm like, no, I'm not. Oh, it was just so amazing. And just everything, like this RTX was probably one of the best ones just because of that, just because I got to hang out with people. And It was great. It was really, really great. Alright, now on to some other things that happened at RTX. I checked out all these, like, indie game booths that were there, and they were all really cool. A game was there that was actually there from last year, well, actually two. One was Necro, and one was, Capsule Force. Those games are so much fun. I got to play them a little bit, especially Capsule Force, because I love that game. It is super fun. And then there was this other game that was, right there that was at a booth, and it was, now forgive me if I'm gonna butcher this name, but it's like Polish. It's like vänstra handens stig. It's something like that, and it's like this game that's like, I've never seen it before. It's basically like you are observing this avatar go through this world and like overcoming obstacles. It just blew my mind because this thing is so cool. And I'm actually talking to the developer right now because I was like, hey, I'm from YouTube, I'm interested in maybe doing like a video on this. And it was like, okay, I'll get back to you. And so he sent me an email like Sunday, I believe. So I just was finally able to respond to that, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to play it for you guys and, help show this game some love. There's going to be a link down into the description that will take you to the Greenlight page for Steam and all that kind of stuff, so that's going to be super cool. And probably, like, the best thing, the coolest thing that was there at RTX was, they had this whole section, like this corner of the exhibition hall, dedicated to a like a Monty memorial, a remembrance of Monty. And there is a breeze coming in, and it feels good, but it's messing with the lights. So there was a whole corner set up over there, and like every day I would go, and I would just sort of like pay respects there, and it was amazing how, like, when people came over, it's like some people, like, had things to leave there. Some people wrote messages and, like, drew. It was entirely meant to be, like, just written on and drawn on. And I have some photos that are probably going to be coming up here soon. But, like, that was just really, really, I think, amazing. And, I mean, I couldn't, like, just stand there and read these messages for long. I couldn't do that for a while, because then I would just have to, like, just stop because emotions and stuff. So but I still think it was a very nice gesture for that to be there. And they had, like, 4 screens set up showing everything that Monty had created, and it was just very, very amazing. It was a place, obviously, like, for sadness, but it was also a place for just building ourselves back up, just like, this is here to remember him by, and we need to remember to continue on in his honor and his name and all that kind of stuff, everything he stood for. And even when, like at the Ruby panel, when there was a moment of silence for Monty, it's like the people up there on the stage, like, they were almost borderline crying, and I saw, like, people come down to the memorial site, and they were crying. Jen Brown was down there at one point, and she was crying, and yes, I know it's a very sad thing, but, we just, yeah, it was there, and it needed to be there, and it was awesome. It was awesome that it was there, so, yeah. But I think for the most part, that's just going to end sort of this Rooster Teeth recap. I mean, I've never really been good at, like, just documenting my everyday life or what have you. And that's especially hard at RTX when I'm, like, constantly trying to look at things, trying to see things. So I just wanted this to kind of just be a video where I give some feedback back to you guys, like, hey, I'm back. I was at RTX. This is kind of what I saw. And then later on, I'm going to be putting out videos, like, concerning things that were talked about at the Ruby panel. Ruby Grim Eclipse, the game, how it's going to be coming out. Like, when Ruby Volume 3 is going to be, like, released and all that stuff. I'm going to get to those videos later because I still need to get back into the groove of things and just get that train rolling, if you know what I mean. So, until next time, this has been Jake of the One Man Band. I'm going to be signing off, and videos are going to be coming your way soon. So, I'll see you guys next time. And be sure to check links in the description to take you to a bunch of cool stuff. Yeah!